Well, well, well. You've done it again, dearie. Did you enjoy our first rendezvous so much you decided you just had to get caught in another one of my traps? And a bear trap at that. Oh, I can just imagine the amount of pain you must be in. The sharp teeth of its jaws piercing your skin. The sweet smell of your blood saturating the forest floor, seeping through the pine needles. What a delicate combination, like expensive perfume. What a waste. I suppose it can't be helped. But the mere scent is driving me insane. How cute. Seeing you struggle to stay on your feet makes you look even more pathetic than the snare did. I didn't think it'd be possible. What is it, dearie? Are you scared? Why is your heart beating so fast? Is the little human regretting its choices? You see, you may have had a chance to be let go eventually if you had just behaved. Been a good little human like I told you to. Known your place and stayed where I left you. I might have even started to take a liking to you, despite what you are. But no. You just had to try and run away from me at the first opportunity that presented itself, risking your own life in the process, exploiting the little bit of trust I had put into you. And for what? You weren't even aware enough of your surroundings to avoid getting caught again. Believe me, dearie, this is the last time you're gonna try a little stunt like this. Not only will I have to take more severe measures, I doubt you'll be able to comfortably walk, let alone run, anytime soon. Considering what's out there, you should be grateful if a messed up ankle is the worst of what might have happened to you today. I don't expect you to thank me for the fact that you're still alive, of course. Judging by your actions, you wouldn't even begin to understand how fortunate you are. My frequent presence in this area is probably the only reason you've even made it this far without creatures of these woods jumping at you from the bushes. You don't deserve my protection. I let you live after you stumbled onto my territory, even gave you shelter in my home. And in return, I've been met with nothing but disobedience. Trust me, dearie. Your pretty little face can only excuse so much before I lose my patience. My nerves are stretched thin as is, and you'd be well advised to keep a close watch on what you do next. I can deal with you struggling with your insistence to call me a monster. I might even forgive your foolish attempt to escape, if you're lucky. But what I simply cannot accept is when someone draws bad people towards my refuge. This is my sanctuary I've built with my own two hands, and I will not have my home taken away from me by mortals ever again. That's right. The creature I found in my trap just a little while ago. It was no wolf. no woodland creature. It was a human. I was merely joking when I said it might be one of your friends, but it seems I was closer to the truth than I had imagined. Not to worry, though. You'll still have my full attention, dearie. As you might be able to tell by the state of my clothes, she won't be much of a problem anymore. I didn't plan on bringing home another mortal, and this one was especially unpleasant. If I had to guess, I'd assume she had done worse to my kind than all the vile beasts who call this place their home combined. So what makes you think I'll let you get away with what you've done, abusing my hospitality the way you did? I should have known better than to trust a mortal, but you should have known better than to betray me. Why are you acting so surprised? Wipe that look off your face, dearie. You know exactly what you have done. A second human just happening upon my property? 2 mortals finding my exact location within little more than a day, after not a single soul has set foot here in hundreds of years? Don't be ridiculous. Even you realize how unlikely it is for it to be a coincidence. You must have lost your mind to believe you can outsmart me. So tell me, did you lead her here on purpose? Is this part of some grand scheme to reclaim vampire territory? I'm more than certain you know her, so let me help your memory a bit. She's about this tall, wears an expensive cloak, screams when bitten. Oh, and she's dead. I took every last drop of her blood. You can't even imagine how good it felt not having to hold back after so long. It was a feast to bury my fangs into her neck so deeply with no regard for the damage it might cause. She didn't taste nearly as good as you do, but I believe I've mentioned this to you before. I don't like wasting food. I don't regret my choices. Looking at how even you, despite seeming so innocent, refuse to behave. Whatever is left of her, I'm sure the wildlife will take care of it. The forest doesn't reject a male, and the scent of freshly drawn blood is sure to intrigue it. But neither do I. Give me one good reason why you shouldn't be punished for this. After all, who knows how many more to follow? Stop it. Stop your whining and your pathetic excuses. You've got one more chance to let me know who sent you, who sent her. Tell me the truth, or you won't like the consequences. I've told you quite a bit of who I am, where I came from, the people I've hurt. It'd be quite easy to add yet another to the list. Still refusing? Oh, dearie. You're making a grave mistake. With every passing moment, you're becoming weaker and weaker. And yet your neck looks more and more appetizing. I may have drank my fill, but I wouldn't mind some dessert. I've always had a bit of a sweet tooth. You'd make for a fine treat. If it wasn't for the blood on your leg beginning to dry, who knows whether I'd be able to hold back at all. You'd do well to change your mind before it's too late, dearie. Very well. If I can't convince you with my words, maybe my actions will yield results. I won't kill you, of course. That'd be foolish. Dead men tell no tales, after all. The pain of turning, however, the excruciating feeling of your body dying, every muscle feeling like it's being torn apart and put back together in a new arrangement, your brain rewiring itself to crave nothing but the warm, velvety, smooth sensation of blood against your lips. Now that might be just about enough to persuade you to tell me the truth, so I may have mercy on you and end your miserable existence right then and there. Your only option at this point is to start talking. Consider this your last chance. Don't blame me. You've brought this upon yourself. Just as delicious as the first taste. Seems your luscious flavor simply didn't stem from the sense of novelty after all, my dear. It'd be a pleasure to drink every single ounce of blood left in your body. And since you've lost quite a bit already, I'd advise you to keep that in mind. I can tell your knees are starting to turn quite weak, and I don't blame you. Even though the same can't be said about your stubbornness. Seems I'll have to help myself to another bite. You're a tough one. You don't know when you're looking death right in the eye, do you? Don't overestimate yourself. There's not much more you can endure, dearie. Believe me, I know exactly when it's time to stop. And that moment has passed a long time ago. Damn it. If the promise of death more painful than burning alive isn't enough to get you to talk, then nothing will. Or maybe you really are telling the truth. In which case... Fuck. There's no way that could be true, but... One last time, dearie. Are you telling the truth? She really followed you against your will? Hey, don't go limp on me now. Come on, don't pass out. Answer me. Huh? You're awake. Thank the Lord. Stay down. There's no need to panic. I know it's hard to believe after how I behaved, but I will not hurt you again. Just keep laying down. You're weak and injured. You'll worsen your condition if you try to stand up. Thank you. I could tell you don't trust in the peace, but I don't blame you for it. But please, if you're able, try to settle down a bit. I can hear your heartbeat, and at this rate, you might pass out again. You were right, you know. When you called me a monster, I mean. I spoke of remorse, of treating you the way a sentient being deserves. And yet I turn around at the minor inconvenience and let my instincts control me once more. I know it's no excuse. I can't blame all of my actions on my vampirism. It's a curse, a disease, but still, it shouldn't control me. After all this time, I should have gained the willpower to keep it under lock and key. I let history repeat itself time and time again. It's like I'm unable to learn from my mistakes. I apologize. I know an apology doesn't make up for the harm I've caused, but still, I truly, sincerely apologize. I told myself if I couldn't let you go, I'd at least harm you as little as possible. And now look at what I've done. I've drank more of your blood than I probably should have. It's close to a miracle that you're still alive. Well, alive as a human, that is. I was worried I might have gone beyond the point of no return and passed my curse on to you. But it seems you just barely scraped past a fate worse than death. I don't expect your forgiveness. When I saw that other human, I lost all rational train of thought. She yelled some incoherent things about being led here on account of a hint, cursed at me, acted like I had to bow before her, and before either of us knew it, she was dead. I haven't had such a large amount of blood in centuries. It was more than enough to cover my senses in that red veil of bloodlust and blind rage that I used to experience so often. When I finally pulled myself away from the temptation and anger, it was almost too late. I should have believed in your words, dearie. I should have known that you hadn't conspired with this mortal who seems to bring nothing but evil with her. Your words seem truthful, dearie. Now that I can see with a clear mind, I realize this. Being followed by such a villainous person might be just about the only reason you'd even consider setting foot into these woods. Who is she? A bounty hunter? Assassin? An executioner, even? Whichever may be the case, she must have been more than determined to track you down. There's no way she'd take such a risk to simply catch a thief. The price on your head must be more than handsome. There's no reason to shy away, dearie. I have no use for gold. Even the most abundant riches or shimmering diamonds are no use for someone like me. I thought about what I should do while you were sleeping. I don't simply want to tell you how deeply I regret what I've done. I want to show it to you, despite what I think of the mortal race. Prying open that bear trap and wrapping your wounds may be a start, but it won't be enough to just stop you from wanting to escape again. I've played with the thought of letting you go once you've recovered, but I doubt that's a good idea. If your pursuer was relentless enough to follow you here, then I'm certain more are to come. And besides, this doesn't mean I've abandoned my original intentions for your use to me. I need you, so I may keep my cravings under control. A lack of blood after what I've consumed today may cause me to lose myself completely all over again. So all I have to offer you is this place to hide, far away from the rest of humanity, as well as my protection from any mortals who may find their way here. I don't care who you were or what you did in the human world. It doesn't matter to me why she was after you, whether it was well-founded or not. You are mine now. You'll belong to me for the foreseeable future. I see no use in letting you run straight into the arms of certain death. You taste too good to go to waste over whatever these humans deem to be justice. So until I find a way to break my curse and won't require your services anymore, welcome. Make yourself right at home. For now.